Hey, Dustin and John here from Complete Autos, bringing your everyday car buying questions, hopefully answering some of them for you. Question we have today: why does the car buying process take so long at some dealerships? John, what do you think?
So, really summarize it, too many people are involved in the car buying process. Really what it boils down to is at some dealerships, the longer you're there, they know that the likelihood of you buying there is much higher. They just wear you down. It's a battle of attrition. They realize that if you sit there for 3 hours, you're not going to want to get up. You've put in all that hard work, negotiating out a deal and everything that you like, that you're not going to want to do the same thing at the dealership next door.
So let's talk. Who's involved in the process? You got the sales guy to start. So what we got? You pick the car, you got to drive the car, and then next thing you got to do is you got to figure out how you're going to pay for the car, whether it's going to be cash or financing. And then you got to determine your down payment, and then you might also have a trade. And when you introduce the trade, you're introducing another person. Now the used car manager comes in, and the used car manager has to determine the value of your trade, which in turn relates to the financing. So then the next person to come in is going to be your finance manager per se.
Yeah.
That introduces all the outside lenders.
And so then your finance manager is not only working the lenders and trying to figure out, which car you're looking at, which bank they're going to put the loan with,
what steps you need, your paycheck stubs, your income tax return, utility bills, leases, whatever they need. Each lender determines what they require, and they can all be different. And they could change it on you. You could go through one lender and it's not going to work out, move to a different lender, and you got to come up with more documentation.
Right. And they've got to fit all that into the vehicle you're looking at, with what you got down, with whatever trade that you agreed upon, which tends to definitely push that process out for, if anybody's ever sat in a car dealership, at some places, you've been there a while.
And then you got all that figured out. You finally know what your payment is. You're ready to buy the car, and they tell you, all right, before you get your temp tag, we need insurance. Oh, gosh. You got to take your VIN number, get a hold of your insurance agent. If you don't have an insurance agent, you got to find one, call Geico, Progressive, get a whole bunch of quotes, figure out how much that's going to cost you in your monthly budget. And now you get your insurance finally done. Now you go back with the finance manager, and you got to sign the paperwork, which starts a whole other process.
And so then you get to sign the book of papers, but then the finance manager begins to present to you a bunch of auxiliary products or aftermarket products. So rust protection, wheel coverage, warranties. The list goes on and on based on the dealership that you're at. And so you've got to go through that whole host of product menu to decide what you are and aren't going to get, and that obviously takes a long time as well.
And then once you finish that, you sign all the paperwork. You're ready for the keys to your car. And they got to introduce you to the service manager, because this is another huge profit center for some dealerships, and they want you to return again and again for service. So they're going to introduce you to the service manager so he can come out and shake your hand, tell you what they offer, how to schedule an appointment, all that good stuff.
And so then afterwards, you're finally done, and you look at your clock, and you've been there for 6 hours. So yeah, that's why at some dealerships the car buying process does take a while.
Some dealerships.
Yeah, there you go. Hope you gleaned some good information off this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to email those to us at info@completeautos.com or visit our website, completeautos.com.